Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. I just love being able to do these master classes every month for you all. So next month will be eyeshadow application. So I have heard several requests for this, so I am really looking forward to doing it for you guys. Okay, so let's just get started. Um, do you ever look at makeup brushes and wonder, what the heck? Like, how do I use this and what is this for? So today I'm going to teach you a quick 101 on all the things brushes. So there are a ton of shapes and sizes of brushes. And when purchasing, you want to make sure the bristles feel good on your hand as it will feel good on your face, okay? Also, run your fingers through the bristles and across the bristles because you want to check how well they're secured to the head. So in other words, you're doing like this and you're rubbing across and you're rubbing them through, you're pulling it just to make sure that there aren't any loose bristles and it's secure to the head. So this is the head and this is the attachment of the brush. Okay. Low quality brushes will tend to shed. And it'll get bristles in your products and then it'll be on your face as well. So when you do this, you shouldn't have any bristles falling out there or that they're loose. Okay. All right. So, and you also want to make sure that the brush feels comfortable in your hand. It doesn't feel too awkwardly shaped or too heavy. So nowadays, the bristles, most brushes are synthetic bristles. So synthetic bristles, they hold their shape a little bit better. They offer more control, but also there's no worries of animal derived components in there. So a natural bristle brush is of course softer. It feels more natural but there's very few places that even sell those or people that use them. So as a makeup artist, I actually use our brushes because they are synthetic, but they're just really good quality for the price. Okay, so I'm going to go through our brushes and I'm going to tell you what each is used for and how to use them. All right, so let's start. I had one that dropped, so I'm going to grab that. Just rolled right off my desk. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so the cheek brush. Let's start with that one. All right. So this is our cheek brush. Okay. So you can see here that the edge is beveled for the most natural application, but it's wide enough to cover the apple of the cheek. And so when you smile, this is the apple of the cheek. Okay, so this brush can also be used for powder contouring and highlighting. So there's a divot on this side. Can you see that? All right, and that helps guide you to how you're going to use it. So let me demonstrate. Okay, so if you're doing cheek color or blush, so say this is the cheek color, okay? You would just put it down in the cheek color. Sometimes you blow it off or you can just tap, 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 and you're putting your thumb in that divot, okay? See, I'm holding it, and then I'm going to place towards the apple of my cheek, and I'm going to go up in like a swoosh. So to the hairline, just almost like a Nike swoosh, okay? Now, if I was going to do contouring or highlighting, I would take the beveled edge here, see like the pointier side of the beveled edge, because that's the only side that I'm going to use to contour and highlight, because I want a more defined line. Whereas your cheek is more using the whole brush like this. I want a more defined, so I'm going to use it more like this, okay? So I'm going to put my pointer finger in the divot like this, put it into the highlight or contour, okay? And then say if I'm contouring my cheek, I'm just going to go down. So that way I have more control, okay? All right, so that's the cheek brush. All right, so let's do the brow grooming brush. This is the brow grooming brush. All right, so this is great for brushing the brow hairs into place before applying the product, as well as smoothing out product and removing excess. Okay, so at the end of the brow brush, you'll see a small little brush end. It's a little bit more stiff. See that? Got a little bit of an angle to it, but it's stiff. Um, all right, and this is perfect for like eyeliner and eyeshadow on the lower lash line. Okay, and then next, let's do the all over eyeshadow brush. Okay, so this is our all over eyeshadow brush right here. And this is wide with a flatter head, but it's great for grabbing the powder onto the brush and then gently sweeping over the entire lid. So you can go all over the lid up to the brow bone. It's really good for that. And it's ideal for applying like a base shade or mid-tone color. Okay, so the blending brush. So this is our blending brush. And as you can see, it's a little wider and fluffier than the all over brush. See the difference there? All right, so this is the blending brush, and these bristles are longer and they're designed to blend the eyeshadow. That's eliminating lines between colors. You want it to look flawless and to flow from one color to the next. You don't want to have significant lines of the different colors in your eyeshadow. So this will help blend that. And I'm going to teach you how to use these eye applicator brushes more next month when we do our eyeshadow application. So stay tuned for that. This is just an overview, but this is great also for setting powder or translucent powder around the eye area, or to blend powder over like blemish areas, but like right here and under the eyes, because it's nice and soft, and it will take that setting or translucent powder right under the eyes to highlight. Okay, so let's do the eye contour, or our brush is called the eye crease brush. And I want to show you something. All right, so if you look here, you can see that there's writing on each brush. So it really takes the guesswork out for you. So if you kind of are confused, like, oh my gosh, what is this one for? Guess what? It says it right there. So this is the eye crease. All right. So as you can see, the bristles are shorter. They're a little denser. They also have a beveled edge. This allows deposit of concentrated amount of powdered eye makeup for the crease of the eye for a contouring effect. It's great to apply from like the outer corner of the eye into the crease. So it gives you that perfect definition. Okay, so the color brush. Oh my goodness. So I love our color brush. I actually keep 3 of these in my makeup brush arsenal for myself. It is so versatile. But these bristles are soft, but they're not quite as fluid as the all over brush. So it really holds the product and smooths liquids and gels. Okay, so you can use it for liquid eyeshadows, concealers, and hard to reach areas such as the inner and outer corner areas of your eyes and around your nose. The slightly tapered round edge is just perfect for this. So I love this one. Okay, the next one is our liquid foundation brush. So this is our liquid foundation brush. It's beveled, the bristles are firm, and as you can see, it's wider. So it's soft, but they're firm. But it holds the liquid in really good, so you can apply all over the face. But let me tell you, don't just take you can either put foundation on your hand and dip like this. You can put dots on your face and then blend out everywhere. And sometimes you can even put it on the brush itself. Just be careful. It's easier to apply another coat and build your foundation than it is to take off. Okay, so just a little side note there. But when you're blending your foundation, don't just, do like a paintbrush. You want to put it on and then you want to blend in circles. Okay, so always blend in circles and come down your neck like this. So it can be a good flow, and that way you don't have any makeup lines. But if you have the correct color match foundation, you shouldn't have to worry about lines anyway. So it will blend very easily into your neck color and you'll be good to go. All right. So the next one is our foundation blending brush. Okay. So this looks like this. Okay. These bristles are very fine. They're very short. It's a lot of bristles, so very soft. And it is perfect for like our cream to powder foundation or CC cream. This holds more of the product in here for the application. So it's going to put a little bit more on initially than like our foundation liquid brush. Okay. So but it's really good, to, again, you want to do circles to even it out because the cream to powder, you want a little bit more on because even though it goes on like a cream, it finishes to a powdery finish. But you can even use this after you apply your liquid foundation and just take it, again, circles and go all over and blend it out. Okay. And it also takes up a little bit of excess off. Okay. All right. So mask applicator. So, oh, I almost forgot one. Sorry about that. All right. So let's go back and do the eye smudger. This is an important one too. So the eye smudger, as you can see, it's small, it's compact head that is slightly rounded at the tip, at the point here. It's very flexible, but it's firm. And this really smudges your eyeliner. So when you put your eyeliner on, like below your eye area right here, and usually you're just going from the outer corner to about almost to your iris. It can sometimes, especially if you use black, it can look a little harsh. So you want to take your smudger and just smudge it out to the inner corner of your eye. So that way it looks more complete. You don't want your eyeliner to look like it just stopped in the middle of your eye. Okay. So that way it's a little heavier on this end, but then it gently glides over to complete your eye. But this just helps to not make it look so harsh. But also too, it's really great for if you're creating like a really smoky look, and you can just smudge it to create that smoky look. So it's not a harsh line, So, and we'll go more into that next month. Okay, so back to the mask applicator. So I love this mask applicator. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's soft, moldable silicone, and to apply any liquid mask for a more even coverage. And it's really easier to get into the hard areas, like the around your nose and your chin and down in here. But it also just keeps your hands from getting so messy. So this is a must-have with any of our masks, whether it's our renewing gel mask or our Radiance facial peel mask or a charcoal mask or the pink clay mask or our new Mary Kay scrub. This is perfect for that. All right. And so also the powder brush. So this is really big. You can see how it tapers out and then comes to a rounded point. So it's shorter bristles on the side and longer in the middle. This is your powder brush. So this is what you're going to use for setting your powder, whether it's translucent or setting powder. And I love it because it is nice and soft and it's fluffy. So if you have normal to dry skin, dip it into, I usually put my powder on the lid and not putting the whole brush into the actual container. So I just put a little bit on the lid so that way I have more control over the amount that I'm putting on the brush. And then if you've got normal to dry, you just go all over and you're just setting that foundation. Okay. If you are more on the oilier side, then what I like to do is I hold the brush like this. I dip it into the powder, but then I'm going to press it like this all over, especially around my T-zone area, because that's where I tend to get oilier, like a lot of people. So you're just pressing that powder into those areas. And what that's doing, instead of just getting an all over powder look, you're actually taking that setting powder and you're pressing it into the pores. And that really helps for excess oil and to have a better finish. And it just keeps it from shining. Okay. All right. So next thing I don't want to forget is our brush cleaner. So Our brush cleaner, your brushes, not only are they great for keeping product on them, but they also hold in bacteria just from using them. It is an important step to cleanse every 2 weeks to a month to avoid breakouts on your skin and transferring bacteria back and forth. Okay, so this is our full size bottle cleaner. Guys, it smells so good. I love this. But what you're going to do is you want to spray the head. So I usually get it like 2 or 3, depending. Foundation, I squirt a little bit more. And then I usually just take a paper towel. I have a tissue right now because that's all I had on hand. And I just keep rubbing it back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and you see how it takes the makeup off of the brush. Okay, but this also has cleansers in it, so excuse me, for the bacteria. And then I may squirt just 1 or 2 more times, and I'm going to keep rubbing it until I don't see any more makeup on the cloth. And once I don't see any more makeup coming off onto my towel, and you may have to like do it and then I flip it over and always put it in a square, and then I'll fold it over again so I can have a clean side until it's clean. Okay. And then it smells good. And then and they dry very quickly with the spray, which is what I like. But you may also use baby shampoo. Some people just like it better. So, or I'm one of those people that like I have to have a cleanser, but that's okay. And sometimes if you've gone a while and not cleansed your brushes, maybe you want a really good deep clean. So use baby shampoo as that breaks down the oils as well as it cleanses it. You rinse your brushes, okay? So what you're going to do is I just take like a little cup, and then I just put a little bit of baby shampoo, and then it's like a 1 to 3 ratio, with warm water. And then I just dip it into the water and I swirl it around, go up the sides of the cup, to make sure, especially with the foundations, that all the foundations cleared off. Okay. And so then after it, what that does is it just breaks it down. And but do not soak your brushes. Okay, so that will cause your brush heads at the attachment. See with the brush head at the attachment. So if you soak them, not only is it going to cause your brush bristles to start disintegrating, over time, but then you're going to end up getting water down in here, which traps bacteria that you're not going to be able to get out. And then it will also start to loosen the brushes from the handle. Okay. But anyway, you want to rinse them and then dry them well. How I dry them is I just gently take a squeeze like this, just to get the excess water out. And then I take a clean paper towel and I rub it just to get some of that extra excess water off. And then when you dry them, you want to lay them flat or dry them upside down. Okay. And this is so water doesn't drip from the inner bristles into this attachment, okay, to the handle. All right, so guys, that's it. So just to clarify, I use the baby shampoo for like a really good deep clean. I would say probably once every 4 to 6 months. And then I use this because it's so easy to do a couple of squirts and then do that with your brush and then it's over every 2 weeks because I tend to break out easy. And so I want my brushes to be nice and clean. But also as a makeup artist, when I'm in between clients, I love this. I use this constantly. And then I deep clean, of course, and sterilize after each one. But anyway, okay. So want you to message me that you watched this video. And if you would like to purchase the brush set collection, you will receive the brush bottle cleaning for free. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned something. Catch me next month at our masterclass for eyeshadow applications. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a blessed day.